Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Boulder Hope Adventures. We are here at the beautiful Skogafoss campsite. I've already heard people coming in to check out the waterfall, so it's not even 6 o'clock yet. But I kind of want to go check it out before we have too many people here. Last night, I'm hoping I can go back to bed after this. I've seen so many photos of this waterfall. It truly feels like iconic Iceland to be here to see this waterfall. And it's so nice to be here without the crowds. Is it worth the 6 AM wake up call? Most definitely. Truly iconic Iceland. Apologies about the water on the lens, but truly iconic Iceland right there. And currently, the only families that were here are leaving. Obviously, I got really close to the waterfall. That's why I'm wearing this stupid red poncho. Man, this is just unbelievable. Really special. Well, should we head up top? We'll go check it out. From up there, I'm gonna go throw this poncho back in the tent and then we'll go check it out. Well, I went back to bed after that. I was like, it wasn't even 6 o'clock in the morning. It was earlier than that I got up to check this out. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna climb to the top where we passed yesterday. Get a few views from up there, but you know, as amazing as this waterfall is, there was definitely more that we saw yesterday that I think were more impressive, prettier, just not as much water, of course. So Skogafoss is fed by the 2 glaciers that we walked through in the previous video. 15 meters wide, 62 meters tall. And I don't even know how many gallons a minute that has coming over it. But this area, these used to be coastal cliffs, and this was all caused by coastal erosion when the weight of the glaciers pushed the land down. They were that heavy, they pushed the land down, and the sea was higher. Once the glaciers melted, the land was able to rise up and the sea level lowered. But we are now climbing the 527 steps to get to the top of Skogafoss. Alright, someone needs to explain to me why I am doing this twice. I did this yesterday, I came down this yesterday. But I'm doing this because I wanted Skogafoss to be a surprise as much to me as to you guys. And I think it's done that so far. That was well worth coming up for. We wouldn't have got that yesterday. We were getting these beautiful rainbows both up here and down below. So that was definitely worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stunning rainbow. So we're gonna head down, meet up with the others, and I think we're heading to Kvernufoss today, and maybe check out the museum, which apparently they have here, which would be kind of cool. I also wanted to touch base on the legend. There was a legend that some treasure that was very valuable, put it that way, that was hidden behind the waterfall, but one end showed, and 3 men from Skogar went to pull it out, so they hooked an iron hook to one ring on the chest and attempted to pull it out, but it was so heavy that the ring broke, but the chest remained, and the ring now apparently was installed on the church door. So kind of a cool legend there. Well, Skogafoss was pretty epic, but we are heading out away from that to go check out Kvernufoss waterfall, and also to check out the museum. But I'm going along with Adam, Ben and Kimmy for this. But yeah, mean, look at the mountain behind us. This is what we slept in the shadow of last night. Pretty impressive. And I did learn, so we looked at all these lupin yesterday, it was 2 days ago when I fell in the water, and discovered that they brought them over to help with erosion. But actually, they've now become, they're overtaking everything. So despite how beautiful they are, they don't know what to do with them because they're now an invasive species. It's just taking over. Oh my god, guys, this is the wait line to get to the top. I can't even imagine that. You're standing in a line to get a view that isn't as great as the bottom, except for the rainbow. I guess that makes it a somewhat slow climb. You don't have to book it to the top and make yourself out of breath, but I just can't imagine standing in that line waiting for the top. This is a bit crazy. Alright, we're on the way to the waterfall, but we are stopping here at the Reykjavik, not the Reykjavik, the museum here, the folk museum. We're going to check this out. I don't know what the hole's here, but it looks pretty interesting. So. This Bible is from 1584, and apparently it's worth 3 cows. We're moving over onto this Bible, and we're guessing this one was worth 2 cows and a pig. This one, we're going with 1 cow and a sheep. This here's Kimmy, and she's the worst influence on naming and shaming Bibles. It's all her fault.
No, I'm just trying to predict the accurate value and exchange rate or ratio.
She thinks it's
cows
2 cows
to pigs to
Yeah.
sheep. I would say maybe several sheep is worth a pig.
Okay,
and
yeah.
maybe like several sheep and several pigs equals 1 cow.
I think that makes sense. Yep. So here we've got a whalebone, and it was used as a divider between cow stalls. Seems like a very unusual thing to use between cow stalls. And then up here we have a buoy, or a buoy, and a whole bunch of different dead fish, hooks. This has all been fishing, whaling gear, and some old pack saddles back there. We have found Frodo's house, aka Kimmy's house.
I don't even have to duck very much.
Ow!
You have to duck.
Yeah, so Adam and I, we both have to duck. We'll never make hobbits, right? No. Kimmy's our little hobbit. What are you, elf?
Elf or
Ranger. Doing the thing.
elf.
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 He's got the elf look.
Elf man. Dwarf.
This looks like we have churning, we might have butter, we got some storage in here. But again, built for very short people. So this would have been what the sleeping quarters looked like. They would have had these bench beds filled with straw with hides on top, and everybody would have slept in the same room. Kimmy's going on to check out her new home up there. She's in the market for a new home. Well, that museum was pretty interesting, guys. Lots of fascinating stuff about Icelandic history and some archaeology finds from the Viking area from a couple of hundred years ago that are more local. But now we're going to head up to Kvernufoss, which I think is another half mile from here, up to the canyon right behind. up on Kvernufoss, and it's looking really pretty. It's got one of those bowls behind it. So this is one of those waterfalls you can actually walk behind, which I think we're going to try doing. Now that is impressive. Unique in nature. And so much less populated than Skogafoss. Well worth the half-hour walk from the car park there and the campsite to come check this out. Really beautiful. Good amount of spray coming off that, but what a place to stand. Well, that was a good end to waterfall country. I am not gonna lie, that was absolutely amazing. So much better than Skogafoss. Skogar's the town. But yeah, what an epic end to our time in this part of Iceland. Just really can't beat it. So anyway, we're gonna head on back to the campsite, grab some lunch before we catch the bus back to Reykjavik. So we're leaving Skogar. See the waterfall in the background. And I had a sudden feeling, overwhelming feeling of sadness. It's just like, I feel really sad that we're leaving this behind. It's been such an epic, beautiful, grueling, tough 4 days, but I have met some of the most amazing people on this trip. So yeah, mixed feelings about heading back to Reykjavik and doing my own thing and exploring more places, but it's been a very, very special 4 days. So here we are, we're back in Reykjavik, back at the same hostel, different room. We were next door last time. Had to fix a squeaky bed, otherwise I would have driven myself nuts. As always guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health, and thanks for watching.